According to Bloomberg, Binance is considering delisting all US-based cryptocurrencies, including USDC. This is crazy to hear this from Bloomberg. I want to talk about this today, talk about how likely this is to happen, and we'll go through a little bit of the market. I have another video dropping later, though, on a specific cryptocurrency that I see huge upside for, and one that's outperforming the market. But let's get into it. So I will say there is a link to the Patreon underneath the video. In case you want to know what I'm buying and selling, I actually bought a dividend stock earlier today that is actually up 5% here today. So I realize we're talking about crypto and dividend stocks don't have as much alpha, but 5% in a day and you get dividends, it's pretty good. So check that out underneath the video. This video is going to be pretty short too because I am working on a lot of videos right now, but let's get into it. So Bitcoin is down about 1.5% over the last 24 hours. Not a bad move considering what's happening in the overall market. A lot of Fed speak trying to talk down the market, talking about how they can't rule out 50 basis points, how inflation's out of control basically. And at the same time, we're still hearing about more tech layoffs. It's making people worried all the way around, but I think it is basically just the Fed trying to talk down the markets. Now, we also got some news over the last couple weeks about the SEC really cracking down on Paxos, making sure that they don't issue more BUSD, on Coinbase, possibly going to war with the SEC over staking because Kraken had their staking shut down and had to pay a $30 million fine. So there's been a lot of question over what's going to happen in crypto in the US. Like, what's the SEC going to do next? And now Binance, according to Bloomberg, is going to consider delisting all US-based cryptocurrencies. And they go into it in deeper detail here, but I don't really think we have to go through it too much because I'm making this video really to dispel this, because if you look underneath the video, you scroll, it's hard to find it, but CZ does say this is false. Let me back up here one. You can see here they are not considering this. So I don't know who's trying to spread all this FUD. If Bloomberg heard this from some leak or something like that, sources close to the matter. But CZ is not considering this at this point, and I think that's probably a good thing because there are a lot of tokens that would be pretty important for them to keep on their platform, like USDC. We also have to consider the fact that they are trying to look for other bank sponsors that are trying to look for someone to help them issue a stablecoin, and they're looking for a new stablecoin overall. There has been a lot of FUD against USDC recently as well. For example, people were talking about the SEC going after Circle. Now, maybe they're not doing that because Circle's pretty big and they don't want to basically destroy their tax revenue from them. I don't know. But I want to make this video because this is false. And I don't want this to be spread around any more than it has to be. And, that's what we do here on the channel. We dispel some of the FUD. Now, I think overall, the market is in a pretty good place. Bitcoin itself is right around 24,000 again, which is pretty nice to see. I mean, we did fall down to 23,000 or so just yesterday. If we look here, we went down to 23,600 or 500. Now we've made a big move back up. Of course, it's going to depend on the overall market, but I do think that the market looks pretty bullish right now, and some cooling off is fine. It does cool down the whole market when we fall down even just a few $1,000s. And when we make these big moves to the upside, it just heats up a lot again. So we have to be careful that we don't ape in at the wrong time. Always do your due diligence. Make sure that you're comfortable buying wherever you're buying, and make sure that you realize that if you're buying on an uptrend, we could fall back down. So thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button and for checking out the Patreon underneath the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.